Hey guys, and welcome back. If you guys are new here, welcome. But for those of you who are, subscribers and have been subscribers from, you know, for at least a little while, you guys have noticed I naturally have short hair. I have tape-in extensions in. As I mentioned, I believe, in my last couple videos, I wanted to get tapes in, tape and hair extensions. I got it done at Salon Terra Nova in Turnersville, New Jersey. This is what they look like, and I have about 80 pieces of these in my hair, and it still does not look thick enough. I did thin it out a little bit, so that could partially be why, and it does look a little bit curly. That's only because I tried to crimp my hair with a flat iron yesterday. So sorry about that barking, that was just my brother's dogs. I've had these in for going on a week now. I really like them. My only thing is, though, that as much as I like them, my hair grows fast, so I'm not going to be able to leave them in for too much longer, and they are pretty long. I wanted long lengths, but I'm thinking of trimming them down because the ends are a little bit frazzled. And that's not necessarily from the heat, it's more so from the dyeing and the fact that these are cheap extensions. But I wanted something to just try out, and I missed having long hair, so I don't regret getting these guys, even though they do show a lot more in the back of my hair. And because I bleached my hair a couple of times, I only think I showed you guys once maybe, and then I did the underneath black, blackish blue. I decided that I'm just going to let my roots grow out a little bit because my hair was very gummy. And when my hairstylist was putting in my hair extensions, she actually thinned out my ends a bit instead of actually just cutting them straight off. She thinned them out so that way it'd be wispy. But yeah, I really like having them, and like I said, I missed having long hair. So now I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks when dealing with hair extensions that are tape-ins. I mean, fusions, they're a little bit different. You can do a little bit more with fusions, but you have to have a lot of them in your hair because they are very, very thin. So, first tip, when you first get your hair extensions installed, or you install them yourself, which I was going to install them myself and then show you guys, that was just too difficult. Make sure that you leave your hair to settle for about 3 days. 2.5 to 3 days, depending on the oiliness of your hair. If you have really greasy hair, use dry shampoo. Definitely use dry shampoo. But because, like I said, my hair was a little bit damaged, my hair could wait 3 to 4 days. I did wash my hair a couple of days ago, like 2 days, but thought I saw somebody outside. But my hair is still intact, and I'm gonna wait like another day or two to wash my hair again. Now, guys, I am taking my showers in between. I'm just not washing my hair because it really doesn't need to be washed. Also, speaking of washing, use a sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner. This will just keep the extensions better quality, even if they are cheap. And it'll also hydrate the hair a little bit. And if you use conditioner, which I suggest you do, only use it on like the mid lengths to the end. So depending on where your tapes are, as you guys know, I have my side cuts still. Try and condition it from the mid lengths down. You don't really want that much conditioner on the tapes because it can make them slide out and whatnot. So if you're going to use a little bit of conditioner, like a little bit towards your roots, only use like a tiny, tiny bit, and make sure to smush it in between your hands so that way it's evenly distributed and it's broken down so that way it's not a big goop and you have tape dropping out of your hair. And make sure that if you are going to condition, which once more I highly recommend you do, use a deep conditioner. This will also help the extensions stay better quality, and it'll bring hydration back into the extensions, because if you think of it, they're not really a part of your head, so the only thing that's going to get natural oils will be like your roots, your root area. And even then, you're trying to get rid of that grease, so that way the tapes can stay sticking to it. Also, another good tip is, if you're installing them yourself especially, use like a flat iron on the top tape, and just like clamp it down like you're straightening your hair. Only leave it for like 3 seconds though. Now, I've heard several different people say do not use a flat iron to help install, because you can get glue stuck to your hair and whatnot. My hairstylist did, because she said it's going to keep them extra secure. So I can tug on them and they're not going to come out. I can brush my hair like normal. Try and start at the ends so that way you're not breaking them. But I can go all the way up to where the tapes are, and I can brush my hair. Now, the reason for that is because they're extra secure. So, also make sure, if you're going to style your hair and cut it yourself, I mean, like I said, I got my hair installed at the salon, but I did not get it cut at the salon. I did that myself, although she offered to do it for free of charge. I like to style my hair myself. If you're going to cut layers into your hair, like you guys see I have here, make sure to like blend your hair and trim a little bit of the ends to help it blend, but do not cut it too short, because if you cut it too short and it does not blend with your real hair, unless it's really choppy and short, you're just going to mess up the extensions, and you're going to want new ones installed, or your hair's just going to look funny. So those are some tips. Also, as you can see, I'm brushing my hair with a Goodie brush from Walmart. Now, this is a really nice detangling brush. I didn't think it was going to be that good, but this is actually almost better than the wet brush, and it costs like $2 less, I think. Or 2 to 4. I forget exactly how much this was, but use a good detangling brush, like the wet brush or something like this, so that way your hair does not pull out and you're not yanking on knots, because that can also break the hair, not necessarily make it fall out if your tapes are secure. It'll just hurt like a bitch, because it's taped into your hair, so this tugging, I can really feel. So yeah, also make sure you have enough tapes when you get ready to install them, because if you don't have enough to cover your whole head, you can have patches of hair like this. That'll just be sticking out. Now, that's just me naturally, because I have short hair. It's not because I didn't have enough. Because you can see that my hair blends really well if I wear it like this, like hair on both sides. But just make sure you have enough. I brought 80 in. My hairstylist didn't think I was going to need 80, but she ended up using all 80 anyway, which is why I brought them in. If you have thicker hair, definitely have like 80 to 100 pieces. If you have really thick hair, I suggest maybe closer to 150 to 200, somewhere around there, just to ensure that you have enough, especially if you come from a nationality that has really thick hair, like black people's hair, like Italian people's hair, like Russian people's hair. For the most part, Russians do have thick hair, I believe. Yeah, just make sure you have enough, and make sure it is the same texture as your hair, because even when you go to dry the tapes, which you'll want to do almost immediately after you get out of the shower, because you don't want to leave the tapes too wet for a long-term period, because that's when they'll start to slip and slide. If you don't have the same thickness or texture of your hair, it's just going to look funny. It's not going to blend. Now, you see, my hair is naturally thick, but I can get away with having I believe this is Asian hair. I can get away with having Asian hair because my hair is very, very short. Right here is where she cut the natural length. This is my natural length right here. Avoid that piece of hair. This is my natural length. That's how short it is. So I can get away with it. But when my hair gets longer, I'm probably going to want better quality hair if I continue to use tape and hair extensions, which I believe I will. But yeah, pretty much those are some tips. Also, if you want to style your hair, and you don't want to blow dry your entire head, just make sure that you hit at the root area to make sure that the tapes are basically completely dry. If they're a little bit damp, that's understandable, because you can never get anything completely dry unless you dry it for like an hour and a half. Well, an hour. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it'll take a while. Just make sure that you have like patience and time to do this, because if you don't, you probably don't want to get tape in hair extensions. But pretty much those are the tips. Also, if you're going to use like any oils and stuff, it's pretty common. It's pretty obvious at this point. You're only going to want to use that from mid-lengths to ends. And like use oil to keep it nice and shiny, but yeah, you don't want to cause the hair to slip and slide like I keep mentioning. So, in the end, in conclusion, this is all about your tape and hair extensions and what I've learned from my first time around. Just make sure to blend them evenly when styling. And if you have really short hair like me, make sure all the tapes are covered up. Right now they're not really in the back because I have most of the hair covering the front. But style it so that way you can't see the tapes, because if people see them, it's not really that bad unless you want them to see them. Which the point of me getting longer hair was not to show that I have extensions, but that's also why I wear hats and stuff, because my hair is pretty short naturally, as you guys know. But yeah, that's pretty much all the tips that I believe I have for you guys. If you guys have any other tips, make sure to leave them down below. Like, subscribe, and comment for more videos. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys. Love you. Keep on rocking with whatever hair you have.